Hi, Tom here. Welcome to today's video. Libra. The last few weeks have shifted how you relate to others. You clarified your needs. You spoke more honestly. You stopped overcompensating just to keep the peace. You made choices that brought things back into alignment. This week is different. This week isn't about adjusting relationships. It's about living comfortably inside the balance you've already restored. From a Vedic perspective, energy now moves into embodiment, the phase where harmony stops being managed and starts being lived. And for you, that's quite powerful, because you've spent a lot of energy maintaining equilibrium, reading the room, weighing both sides, adjusting yourself to prevent disruption. But this week gently asks, what if balance no longer required effort? You may notice a quiet emotional tone in your relationships. Less tension, less negotiation, fewer mental rehearsals of what to say next. That quiet might feel strange at first. When you're used to scanning for imbalance, stillness can feel quite unfamiliar. But this isn't instability. This is integration. Libra. Your gift is perspective. You see fairness clearly. You value connection. You understand how to bring opposites into conversations. But this week teaches you something subtle and liberating. You don't have to constantly adjust to keep things aligned. True balance includes you without modification. You may feel less inclined to over-explain yourself this week, less compelled to justify your decisions, less reactive to how others interpret your choices. That's growth. When balance becomes internal, it no longer depends on agreement. So here's the deeper lesson for you this week. You don't need to negotiate your truth to maintain harmony. Harmony that requires you to shrink isn't harmony. And you've already stepped out of that pattern. Now, you let it stay that way. You may notice moments where you instinctively want to soften a boundary, to reopen a conversation, to revisit a compromise. Pause. Ask yourself, is this kindness or discomfort with stillness? Sometimes we disturb balance simply because we're used to maintaining it. This week supports rational steadiness, not dramatic breakthroughs, and not new negotiations. Just living normally inside clarity. Letting conversations flow without over-analyzing them. Letting silence exist without filling it. You might also feel more at ease in your own company, less reliant on feedback to gauge how you're doing. That independence isn't isolation, it's embodiment. This week isn't about creating more fairness. It's about trusting that fairness now exists without your constant involvement. You don't need to be an emotional mediator all the time. You're allowed to simply participate. Now, let's talk alignment. one intentional practice for you this week. Let one interaction unfold without adjusting yourself. Don't over-accommodate. Don't over-explain. And don't pre-correct. You just need to be present. Notice how little actually falls apart. That's integration in motion. As you allow the steadiness, notice what remains. Ease, clarity, a sense of internal symmetry that doesn't shift with every response. That's balance becoming embodied. Libra. This week isn't about restoring harmony. It's about realizing that harmony now includes you. You don't need to negotiate your presence. You don't need to soften your truth. You're balanced because you're aligned. Let that be enough. And you need to trust that. Before you go, there's something important you should know. These horoscopes are based on Vedic astrology, also known as sidereal astrology. That means we're using the actual positions of the stars in the sky, not the tropical system used in most Western astrology. Because of that, your sun signs here may be different than what you're used to, and that's okay. In Vedic astrology, we don't start with the sun sign. We start with the moon sign, because the moon represents your mind, emotions, and how life is experienced day to day. First, always watch this for your Vedic moon sign. That's where this horoscope will feel the most accurate and personal. Next, I recommend watching for your rising sign, also called your ascendant or lagna. Your rising sign shows how these energies show up in your physical life, your body, your environment, and the situations unfolding around you. Then, you can also watch for your sun sign, which adds insight into your identity, confidence, and sense of purpose during this time. And if love, relationships, creativity, or money are major themes for you right now, I also recommend checking your Venus sign, called Shukra in Vedic astrology, for an extra layer of clarity. For weeks where things feel intense, faded, or life-shifting, it can also be helpful to look at your lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu. These show where growth is pulling you forward and where old patterns are asking to be released. To find your correct placements, make sure you're using a Vedic or sidereal natal chart, not a tropical one. Once you know your moon, rising, sun, and Venus signs, and optionally Rahu and Ketu, you'll get a much deeper and more complete understanding of what's unfolding. If this message resonated with you, please like the video. It truly helps support this channel and allows these messages to reach the people who actually need them. And if you're enjoying these weekly Vedic horoscopes, consider subscribing so you don't miss future messages for your signs. You are not one sign. You are a system of energies, learning how to work together. Take care and be calm.